You might be surprised by what I'm about to tell you. The Stoics, known for their mastery of self-discipline and human nature, also had a strong grasp of psychological principles that apply to relationships. While they didn't directly talk about romance, their understanding of human behavior fits perfectly here. The key to making someone chase you lies in mastering these psychological insights, not through manipulation, but by understanding the deeper dynamics of attraction. In this episode, we'll explore 7 psychological tricks that can make her chase you without you ever needing to beg for her attention. Stick around until the end, and if you find this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Let's get right into it. Chapter 1. Ask about her friend. One of the most unexpected yet incredibly effective psychological tricks to make her chase you is to ask about her friend. It might seem counterintuitive at first. After all, why would you want to bring someone else into the conversation when your goal is to get her attention? But this subtle move plays with human nature in a way that taps into her subconscious competitive instincts. When you ask about her friend, you're doing something that not many guys think to do. Most men focus all their energy on directly winning a woman's attention, but this approach shifts the dynamic entirely. Instead of appearing too eager or overly interested, you're throwing her a curveball. Simple questions like, "How's your friend doing?" or "You guys seem really close," can subtly change the power dynamics in the interaction. Here's the psychology behind it. Women, even if they don't always realize it, can be incredibly competitive, especially when it comes to relationships and attention. When you show interest in her friend, you spark a small fire of competition within her. Suddenly, you're not like the other guys who focus solely on her. You're different. By bringing another woman into the conversation, you've shifted her mindset. She's now wondering why you're asking about her friend. Is there something about her friend that caught your eye? Are you comparing the two? These thoughts naturally get her thinking about how she measures up, which is precisely the effect you want to create. But it's essential to strike the right balance. The key here is subtlety. You're not actually interested in her friend in a serious way, you're simply planting a seed of curiosity. You're making her wonder why you'd bring her friend into the conversation, but without making her feel second best. This is critical. If you go too far or seem too invested in her friend, it could backfire and leave her feeling like she's not good enough, which might push her away rather than drawing her closer. You have to maintain an air of casual curiosity, just enough to make her think, but not so much that she feels overlooked. Asking about her friend introduces a form of emotional tension into the dynamic. By subtly shifting her attention towards this new topic, she's left to wonder where she stands with you. She might start asking herself questions like, "Why isn't he asking more about me?" or "Is he interested in my friend instead?" These subtle thoughts make her start to analyze the interaction, and before long, she's thinking about you in a way that's more intense than before. This mental investment is crucial because the more she starts thinking about you, the more she'll want to chase you to reaffirm her place in your world. The competitive instinct in women can be powerful, especially when it's subconscious. The mere mention of another woman, particularly a friend, can trigger feelings of rivalry. This isn't about sparking jealousy in an overt or negative way, but about lighting up that natural instinct that makes her want to win your attention. She's no longer just having a casual conversation with you, and now there's an underlying challenge that she might not even fully realize is happening. This psychological shift encourages her to invest more effort and energy into gaining your approval, even if she's not aware of it. When she notices you asking about her friend, she might start comparing herself to her friend either consciously or subconsciously. She may start to think about how she can stand out or how she can regain the upper hand in the interaction. The thought of losing your attention to someone close to her will likely drive her to engage with you on a deeper level, even if she doesn't fully understand why she feels the urge to do so. It's a natural human reaction to want what we think we're losing, and this trick plays right into that instinct. Additionally, this tactic subtly puts her in a position where she has to work for your attention without even realizing it. Since you're not directly showering her with interest or focusing solely on her, she's left to figure out where she stands with you. This uncertainty keeps her engaged, thinking, and more invested in the conversation. The more effort she puts into the interaction, the more emotionally involved she becomes, which increases her desire to win your attention and, ultimately, chase you. Another interesting aspect of asking about her friend is how it plays into the concept of scarcity. You're not readily available, and you're not falling over yourself to impress her. Instead, you're presenting yourself as someone who's socially aware and in control of the conversation. By not making her the sole focus of your attention, you're showing that you're a man with options. This kind of subtle confidence is incredibly attractive. Women are naturally drawn to men who appear like they don't need to beg for attention. By appearing slightly detached or uninterested in a conventional sense, you're positioning yourself as a man who's in demand, and that's incredibly appealing. The beauty of this psychological trick is that it can be used early on in an interaction or later in a developing relationship. If you've just met her, it's a great way to stand out from the crowd of guys trying too hard to win her over. If you've known her for a while and things seem to have hit a plateau, this move can reignite her interest by creating a little friendly competition and sparking the desire to reassert herself in your eyes. Finally, while this technique plays on competition, it also subtly reinforces the value you place on her friendships, which is an attractive trait. By showing interest in her social circle, you're also communicating that you care about the people in her life. It's not just about using her friend as a pawn in a game of attraction. It's about demonstrating that you're someone who is thoughtful and aware of the relationships that matter to her. This combination of emotional intelligence and a subtle competitive edge makes for a powerful psychological tool to get her to chase you. In conclusion, asking about her friend is a psychological trick that plays into a woman's competitive instincts and curiosity. By subtly shifting the focus away from her, you encourage her to work harder for your attention without ever making her feel second best. It's a delicate balance, but when done correctly, it can ignite her interest and make her invest more emotionally in the interaction, setting the stage for her to start chasing you. Chapter 2. Look more exciting on social media. In today's digital age, one of the most powerful psychological tools you can use to make her chase you doesn't even involve face-to-face interaction. It's how you present yourself on social media. Whether you realize it or not, your social media presence is a window into your life, and women pay attention to what you post. The way you portray yourself online can create a sense of mystery, excitement, and intrigue that leaves her wanting more. This chapter will show you how to use your online image to your advantage and make her chase after you. First and foremost, remember that social media is about storytelling. Every post, picture, or status update tells a story about who you are, what you value, and how you spend your time. To make her chase you, the key is to craft a story that makes you appear more exciting, confident, and adventurous. You don't need to fabricate an entire persona, but it's essential to highlight aspects of your life that show you as someone she'd want to be around. Start by focusing on what you post. Women are naturally attracted to men who live interesting, fulfilling lives. Whether it's traveling to new places, trying out new hobbies, or spending time with friends, your post should reflect a life that's active and full of adventure. This makes her curious about who you are outside of her interactions with you. Posting pictures of your weekend hikes, a new skill you've been learning, or spontaneous outings with friends showcases that you're a man with a rich life. And the more she sees that, the more she'll want to be a part of it. But here's the trick: don't overshare. Part of the power of using social media to make her chase you is in creating mystery. If you're constantly posting updates about every detail of your day, there's no room for her to wonder what you're up to or who you're spending your time with. Instead, be strategic. Post just enough to keep her intrigued, but leave gaps that make her curious. If you've gone out for an exciting day with friends, post a picture of the location or a group shot, but don't give away every detail. This creates a sense of anticipation. She'll want to know more, but she'll have to come to you to get those details. Another powerful element to use is social proof. Social media is an excellent platform to subtly show that other people enjoy your company, and women are more likely to chase a man who's desired by others. This doesn't mean you need to post a bunch of pictures with other women to make her jealous. That could easily backfire. Instead, focus on posts that show you being sociable, well-liked, and surrounded by good friends. A picture of you at a social event, a tag from a friend's party, or a group shot of a fun night out can go a long way in showing her that you're someone who's in demand. This taps into the psychology of scarcity. If others value you, she's more likely to value you too. A critical aspect of your social media strategy is to appear confident without trying too hard. Avoid desperate attempts to show off or brag because that can quickly turn women off. Instead, aim for posts that reflect confidence naturally. For instance, a photo of you working out, pursuing a personal goal, or achieving something meaningful will speak volumes without coming across as arrogant. It's about showing that you have your own life, ambitions, and priorities, and that you're not desperate for anyone's approval. Confidence is magnetic, and when she sees that you're confident and secure in yourself, it naturally draws her toward you. Another tip is to vary the types of content you post. While exciting adventures and social activities are great, you should also share content that reflects your personality and values. Women are attracted to men who have depth, so showing a variety of interests can make you seem more well-rounded. Whether it's posting a thought-provoking quote, sharing an article you found interesting, or uploading a photo of you enjoying a quiet hobby like reading or playing music, these posts will give her a glimpse of the different facets of your character. This makes you seem more complex and intriguing, and she'll want to get to know the man behind the posts. Don't forget to interact with her subtly on social media as well. A well-timed like or comment can keep her thinking about you without coming across as needy. When you interact with her posts, do it sparingly and in a way that adds value. Compliment something specific about her post, share a witty comment, or reference an inside joke that only the two of you would understand. These small interactions remind her of you and keep you in her mind without overwhelming her with too much attention. One of the most powerful psychological effects you can create through social media is FOMO, fear of missing out. When she sees you out living your best life, having fun, achieving goals, and spending time with others, it can create a sense of envy. She'll start to wonder what it would be like to be part of your world, to share in those experiences with you. By curating your social media to reflect an exciting and fulfilling life, you're giving her a reason to chase after you because she'll want to be part of that story. Finally, always remember that less is more. Don't flood your feed with too many updates or force content that doesn't come naturally to you. The goal is to create a social media presence that reflects an exciting, confident version of yourself without looking like you're trying too hard. By posting strategically and leaving room for mystery, you make her chase you, wanting to know more about the man behind the posts. In conclusion, social media can be a powerful tool for making her chase you when used correctly. By curating an exciting, confident, and slightly mysterious online presence, you'll pique her interest and leave her wanting more. Whether it's through showing your adventurous side, engaging in meaningful conversations, or strategically interacting with her posts, you'll create a sense of intrigue that keeps her thinking about you long after she's logged off. Chapter 3: Reinvent Yourself. One of the most powerful psychological tricks to make her chase you is to introduce an element of unpredictability by reinventing yourself. Reinvention doesn't mean completely changing who you are or becoming someone else. It's about revealing different, exciting sides of your personality that she didn't expect. This keeps things fresh, prevents complacency, and ignites a spark of curiosity that will keep her intrigued and eager to learn more about you. The mystery of who is he really is a question that can pull her closer, making her chase you in the hopes of figuring out the answer. Women are naturally drawn to men who can surprise them, and showing new facets of yourself is the perfect way to do that. If you've always presented yourself as someone stable, consistent, and responsible, which are all great traits, throw in a little unpredictability by revealing a side of yourself that's spontaneous or adventurous. Maybe you've always been the planner in social situations. Try being the one who suggests a last-minute road trip or an impromptu night out. That spontaneous, unpredictable side adds excitement, showing her that you're not just one-dimensional. One effective way to reinvent yourself is by picking up new skills or hobbies that are completely different from what she associates with you. For instance, if she knows you as the guy who's always working hard in the office, surprise her by showing interest in something artistic or creative, like learning to play an instrument or taking up painting. The contrast between your usual self and this new aspect will intrigue her, leaving her wondering what else there is to discover about you. This keeps her attention on you, as she won't feel like she's figured you out just yet. But reinvention isn't just about hobbies or skills, it can also be about your attitude and approach to life. If you've always been the serious, no-nonsense guy, try injecting a bit of humor or light-heartedness into your interactions with her. If you've always been seen as the laid-back, carefree type, show a more driven and focused side when discussing your goals. This duality creates depth and complexity, which women find incredibly attractive. It suggests that there's more to you than meets the eye, and the more you reveal in small doses, the more she'll want to uncover the rest. Another powerful reinvention tactic is to introduce an air of mystery into your life. Stop being so available all the time. Instead of replying to her texts immediately or being constantly around her, pull back just a little. Give her space to wonder what you're up to and let her curiosity build. Mystery is one of the most potent elements of attraction. When she doesn't have full access to you or your thoughts, her mind will naturally start filling in the blanks, and the more she thinks about you, the more she'll want to chase you to uncover the full picture. You can also reinvent yourself in how you present physically. While physical appearance isn't everything, a subtle change in your look can send a powerful psychological message. You could switch up your wardrobe, try a different hairstyle, or start working on your fitness. Even small changes like these can send signals that you're evolving and growing as a person, which is incredibly attractive. Women are drawn to men who are continuously improving themselves. When she sees you putting effort into your appearance and self-development, it subconsciously triggers the idea that you're someone she should want to be around, someone who's on an upward trajectory. However, the key to reinvention is subtlety. You don't want to seem like you're trying too hard or changing who you are just to impress her. The goal is to surprise her with new sides of yourself that are genuine but unexpected. It's not about becoming someone you're not, it's about revealing layers of your personality that you may not have shown her before. Reinventing yourself this way keeps the relationship dynamic and interesting, giving her something new to look forward to and chase after. Also, reinventing yourself isn't just a trick to make her chase you, it's genuinely beneficial for you. Constant growth and self-improvement are essential aspects of leading a fulfilling life. By trying new things, pushing your boundaries, and embracing different aspects of your personality, you're not only becoming more attractive, but also enriching your own life. When you live with purpose, curiosity, and a sense of adventure, women can sense that, and they'll be naturally drawn to it. Finally, this strategy works because it taps into a basic psychological principle: people crave novelty. When something feels too predictable, it becomes less exciting over time. By continually reinventing yourself, you're creating that novelty within your dynamic, making her feel like there's always something new to discover about you. This keeps her attention focused on you and makes her chase you for more. In conclusion, reinvention is one of the most powerful tools you can use to make her chase you. By showing new, unexpected sides of yourself, introducing a sense of mystery, and continuously evolving, you become a man who's not only attractive, but endlessly intriguing. When she feels like there's always more to learn about you, she'll naturally want to invest more time and energy in getting to know you, which means she'll be the one chasing you. Chapter 4 of Friend-Zone Her. This one might sound counterintuitive, but friend-zoning her can be a highly effective psychological move to make her chase you. The friend zone is usually seen as a negative thing, but in this context, it's a tool you can use to create intrigue and shift the power dynamic in your favor. By putting her in the friend zone, you take away the expectation that you're pursuing her romantically, which can make her reevaluate her feelings and desire for you. Here's why this works. When you pull back from romantic pursuit and treat her as just a friend, it suddenly removes the pressure and expectations that often come with flirtation or dating. This shift can be incredibly disarming because it's not what most women are used to experiencing. Most men show clear signs of romantic interest right from the start, but when you don't follow that pattern, it throws her off. She'll start wondering why you're not pursuing her in the same way and whether you see her as attractive or not. What you're doing here is creating a reversal of roles. Instead of you chasing after her, she starts chasing after your attention. She may begin to question her own feelings. After all, why would you only see her as a friend? Doesn't she deserve to be more than just that? This sense of uncertainty triggers a psychological reaction where she starts to seek validation from you. She'll likely start flirting with you or showing more interest just to see if you'll reciprocate. At this point, you shifted the dynamic, and now she's the one putting in the effort to win you over. It becomes a game of sorts, one where she's trying to get out of the friend zone you've placed her in. This can make her more invested in the relationship and lead her to chase after you, seeking to prove that she's worthy of more than just friendship. However, there's a fine line you need to walk here. You don't want to friend-zone her so hard that she actually loses romantic interest in you. The trick is to remain flirty and charming while still maintaining that boundary. For example, you could compliment her on how great she looks, but follow it up with something like, "But you're such a good friend, I don't want to ruin that." This keeps the tension alive without crossing into overt romantic pursuit. The more you maintain this balance, the more she'll wonder where she stands with you, and the more she'll chase after you for clarity. There's also a psychological effect at play here that's rooted in human nature. People want what they can't have. When you friend-zone her, you're signaling that she's not on your radar romantically. This creates a sense of scarcity. If you're not actively pursuing her, she might start to fear losing you to someone else. This fear of missing out can amplify her desire for you, making her work harder to win your attention and affection. Friend-zoning her also positions you as someone with self-control and high value. You're not the guy who's desperate for her attention or bending over backward to win her over. Instead, you're the man who's confident enough to take a step back and enjoy a friendship without needing anything more. This confidence is incredibly attractive because it shows that you're not reliant on her for validation. You're your own person, and if she wants more, she's going to have to step up and make that happen. In conclusion, friend-zoning her is a counterintuitive but highly effective psychological trick to make her chase you. By removing the romantic pressure and treating her as just a friend, you create a dynamic where she's left questioning her feelings and seeking your validation. This reversal of roles puts you in control, and if done right, she'll start chasing after you to get out of the friend zone and into something more. Chapter 5. Let her catch you checking her out. This technique plays with the power of subtle nonverbal communication. Allowing her to catch you checking her out, but without immediately engaging, creates a sense of intrigue and attraction. This isn't about being obvious or creepy, it's about being subtle enough that she notices, yet ambiguous enough that she's left wondering if you're really interested. When done correctly, this technique is highly effective because it taps into the psychology of attraction and desire. People are naturally curious when they sense someone is paying attention to them. By letting her catch you checking her out, you're sending a signal of interest, but because you're not immediately following up with any action, you create a sense of mystery. She knows you've noticed her, but since you're not doing anything about it, she's left wondering what you're thinking. This uncertainty keeps her focused on you. The key to making this technique work is subtlety. You don't want to stare or make her uncomfortable. Instead, aim for quick, fleeting glances that she can catch out of the corner of her eye. These brief moments of eye contact are enough to signal interest, but not enough to give everything away. Once she notices you looking, divert your attention elsewhere. This sends a psychological message that while you find her attractive, you're not desperate for her attention. By avoiding immediate engagement after she catches you, you leave her wondering what your intentions are. Is he interested in me? Why didn't he come over and talk to me? This sense of curiosity can drive her to chase after you for answers. She may start flirting or initiating conversations just to see how you'll respond. By creating that sense of uncertainty, you've planted a seed of intrigue that makes her want to get closer to you. Additionally, letting her catch you checking her out is a confidence booster for her. It makes her feel attractive and noticed, which can be powerful in building attraction. However, because you're not giving her immediate attention, she has to work harder to earn your focus. This reversal of effort shifts the dynamic, making her chase after you to see if you'll reciprocate. In conclusion, letting her catch you checking her out is a subtle but effective way to create intrigue and build attraction. By signaling interest without immediately following up, you leave her wondering about your intentions, which keeps her focused on you and eager to chase after your attention. Just be sure to maintain subtlety and avoid being overly obvious or creepy, as the success of this technique relies on creating mystery, not discomfort. Chapter 6: Be More Attractive. This chapter centers on the most fundamental principle of attraction: self-improvement. If you want her to chase you, the most reliable way to make that happen is by continuously working on yourself and becoming more attractive, both inside and out. Women are naturally drawn to men who have something going on in their lives, who are striving toward their goals, and who are confident in their own skin. By investing in yourself, you become someone worth chasing. First and foremost, physical attractiveness plays a role in getting her attention. This doesn't mean you need to look like a model or have a perfect physique, but taking care of your appearance shows that you value yourself, and women are attracted to men who take pride in themselves. Whether it's hitting the gym, dressing well, or maintaining good grooming habits, these small changes can have a significant impact on how you're perceived. However, physical appearance is just one part of the equation. True attractiveness comes from within. Confidence, ambition, and a sense of purpose are the qualities that make a man truly desirable. Women are attracted to men who are passionate about their lives, who have clear goals, and who are actively working to achieve them. When you have something going on for yourself, whether it's a successful career, a side hustle, or a personal project, it signals to her that you're someone with direction and purpose. This makes you infinitely more attractive because it shows that you're not waiting around for someone to complete you, you're already complete on your own. Confidence is perhaps the most attractive quality you can have. Confidence doesn't mean arrogance or trying to prove something to others. It's about being comfortable in your own skin and not needing external validation. When you're confident, women pick up on that energy, and it draws them toward you. It's important to note that confidence isn't just about how you act around her, it's about how you live your life. Confidence comes from achieving your own goals, overcoming challenges, and knowing your worth. The more confident you are in your abilities and your direction in life, the more she'll be drawn to you. Another important aspect of being more attractive is emotional intelligence. Women are deeply attracted to men who are emotionally mature, who can understand and empathize with their feelings, and who know how to navigate emotional situations with grace. Being emotionally intelligent means you're in tune with your own emotions, as well as the emotions of those around you. This allows you to connect with her on a deeper level, which can make her chase after you in search of that connection. Having a life that's fulfilling outside of your interactions with her is also crucial. Don't make her the center of your universe. Focus on building a life that's exciting and meaningful on its own. When you have a rich, full life, you're showing her that you don't need her to be happy, which paradoxically makes her want to be a part of it. People are naturally attracted to those who are living their best lives, and when she sees you thriving, she'll be drawn to you and want to chase after that energy. In conclusion, becoming more attractive is about continuous self-improvement, confidence, and building a life that's full of passion and purpose. When you focus on being the best version of yourself, you become someone worth chasing, not because you're trying to impress her, but because you're living a life that's already impressive. Women are naturally drawn to men who are confident, driven, and emotionally intelligent, and when you embody those qualities, she'll find herself chasing after you without even realizing it. Chapter 7. Playfully ignore her. The final psychological trick to make her chase you is perhaps the most effective when done right: playful, intentional ignoring. This tactic is all about giving her just enough attention to keep her interested, but pulling back at crucial moments, creating a push-pull dynamic that drives her to want more from you. The goal is not to make her feel like you're disinterested, but to subtly signal that you're not hanging on her every word or action. This balance of attention and distance triggers a psychological response that makes her want to chase you to regain your full focus. Women are naturally drawn to men who aren't overly available. When you're always present, always texting, always engaging, there's no room for her to miss you. But when you pull back a bit, it creates a sense of longing and curiosity. She starts to wonder why you're not paying as much attention, and this causes her to think about you more. When done with finesse, playful ignoring can make her crave your attention because it's not readily available all the time. Here's how to apply this technique effectively. After a fun conversation or a moment where you shared a connection, pull back slightly. Maybe you don't reply to her messages right away, or you seem busy with other things for a while. The trick is to keep it light and playful. When she reaches out or asks why you've been quiet, respond with something like, "I've just been caught up with some things." This keeps things nonchalant, showing her that you're not sitting around waiting for her, but also not completely uninterested. The psychology behind this is simple. People are wired to desire what they can't fully have. If you're giving her 100% of your attention all the time, there's no room for her to want more. But by pulling back, you create a sense of scarcity, making her more invested in seeking your attention. It becomes a game of sorts. She'll start trying to win your attention back, and this dynamic flips the traditional pursuit on its head. Now, she's the one chasing you. Another way to playfully ignore her is in social settings. Let's say you're at a party or a group event. Instead of sticking by her side the entire time, engage with others, talk to different people, and show that you're not solely focused on her. This doesn't mean completely neglecting her, but rather giving her the chance to see you in a broader social context where you're confident, charismatic, and independent. When she sees that you're comfortable and thriving without needing her attention, it makes you more desirable. She'll start to wonder if you're interested in someone else or why you're not giving her more attention, which can make her chase you to bring the focus back to herself. However, it's important to strike the right balance. Playful ignoring works because it creates a bit of tension, but too much distance can backfire. If you pull back too hard or for too long, she might lose interest or think you're genuinely not into her. The key is to be strategic, give her enough attention to keep her engaged, but always leave her wanting a little more. This push-pull dynamic builds attraction and keeps her emotionally invested in chasing after you. In conclusion, playful ignoring is a subtle but powerful psychological trick that keeps her focused on you. By balancing attention with a little distance, you create an element of mystery and scarcity, making her work to regain your attention. This dynamic not only keeps things interesting, but also shifts the power in your favor, leading her to chase you more actively. So there you have it, 7 powerful psychological tricks to make her chase you. These techniques, when applied correctly, can shift the dynamic of any interaction, making her invest more time and energy in winning you over. From asking about her friend to playing with the push-pull of playful ignoring, each strategy taps into deep psychological triggers that drive attraction and desire. But remember, the key to success with these tricks is confidence and balance. You don't want to overplay your hand or come across as manipulative. Instead, use these techniques as tools to create a dynamic where she's naturally drawn to you, eager to chase after your attention and affection. Now, before you go, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment below sharing your experiences or thoughts. I'd love to hear your stories about what's worked for you. And if you've got a friend who needs a little help in the dating department, share this video with them too. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next episode where we dive even deeper into the fascinating world of female psychology.